Hi, AD. I'm Emma Chamberlain, and welcome to my house. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. Please come in. I worked on this house with Marie and Ashley from prom, and we had the most fun ever. I feel like my style with clothing and home is very much taking a mixture of everything that I love from any era, any whatever, and making it all make sense together. And so I feel like every room has a different feel, and I love that. This house was built in the 50s, but it doesn't feel claustrophobic, and I feel like that's kind of rare. This had a kind of woodsy cabin in Lake Tahoe feel, but we're in LA. This is a painting by my dad, which is a reoccurring theme throughout the house. My dad's a rock star, and I love his stuff. It would be kind of awkward if I didn't, so I'm really glad I do like it. And this table, it was built by my team and I, and it's amazing. I've kind of always wanted to go in it, but I don't know if it's a good idea to do that now, but I kind of want to try. Okay, so you can go inside. I feel like my cats are gonna love this. If I'm being completely honest, when we were designing this room, I was like, it's gonna be really gorgeous, but I'm never gonna use it. And that's actually not true at all. I actually hang out in here with my friends and we read books, which is crazy because who reads books? This is sort of a wall of inspiration. And I feel like when you just look at this wall, you're like, I wanna pick up a book and I wanna think and look at art. It's inspiring. What I really like about this room is that, this half is very relaxing. The colors are very soothing. And these windows are so gorgeous, the way that the light comes through. This couch is so amazing. I'll sit here, I'll journal. I've been getting into watercolor. I'm really bad at it. Sitting here and doing a little watercolor, it's a vibe. I have quite an embarrassing confession, which is that I never use a record player, but I do want that to change. Doing a little watercolor with a little band on the run, that's a Sunday. This might be my favorite thing in the house. Check it out. I bought these little Russian dolls that are painted. This one is the Beatles. This one is ABBA. I'm obsessed. You don't understand how much I love these. They're my favorite thing I've ever bought. Etsy. This is a piece that's actually not my dad's. My dad painted this insane piece actually specifically for my house. He also painted these. These have been a part of my art collection for a while now. But these three are new. This is the peanut butter aisle at the grocery store. And I chose this because I ate so much peanut butter as a kid. It was like an entire food group for me. So this is very nostalgic. And these, they have personality in a way that I rarely feel when I look at art. I look at them and I know them. So this is the formal dining room. To be honest, this table came in a few days ago. I have not used it. I think I love it because it looks so soft, but yet, it's hard. That's something I love. I love when something's made out of a hard material, but it still finds a way to look soft. I feel like that's so magical. I just don't eat dinner at a table. So I don't think this is gonna end up being used for that. I feel like this is gonna be for puzzles, for arts and crafts, but it is gorgeous. So this is a truing chandelier. I've never really had a super strong opinion on chandeliers, ever. It's just one of those things that I don't feel passionate about necessarily until I saw this one. And I was like, no, that's what I like. Because it's not a classic chandelier. It's very cool. And I feel like chandeliers are never cool. It's kind of like an art piece within itself. And I love it. Hopefully there's not an earthquake, because seriously, there's gonna be some problems. So honestly, this is where I eat most of the time. It's just easy. You know what I mean? Pull out a stool, whatever. This is an ordeal sitting at the dining room table, saving that for an occasion. This is for day to day. I saw a photo once of a green kitchen, like years ago. Fell in love, was obsessed. When it came to doing my own kitchen, I knew I wanted to do something green, but I wasn't sure what. That was kind of in my head going into this kitchen. We actually ripped out the whole kitchen and redid it. And then we kind of had this blank canvas. And so I think it really started with this marble. It has all my favorite colors in it. It has the green, the rusty color, the white. And so then we kind of built the kitchen based on that. I loved this marble so much. I was like, why not keep it going and put it under the sink? Who's making the rules? Me. I've also always really dreamed of having colorful cabinets. So when it came to painting, I felt like this sort of minty, sagey green was the perfect happy medium. I know I'm not gonna get sick of this, but it still has that fun pop to it. I've also always wanted one of these things. So I'm really excited about this. I haven't used this yet. I'm gonna make some serious hard-boiled eggs with this thing. I actually had a lot of fun buying weird vintage stuff for this kitchen. For example, what are these? I mean, I don't know. I found them on Etsy for like $5 and I was so excited. I have a whole coffee corner. Of course we have my espresso machine with little Chamberlain coffee magnets. Kind of a little bit conceited, but no, I got a rep though, And then I have a whole coffee drawer. I'm proud of this. I had a lot of fun putting this together. This house overall has a lot of light. I mean, in here is a great example. There's so much light coming in. And that's very important for me because I am in my home a lot. And so I need a place that feels light and bright and happy. When you're in this home, you feel like you still get the feeling of being outdoors when you're inside. This is kind of like the party bathroom. It's super accessible in the main living area. This is the one that most people use. And it's a little bit wild and crazy in here. I mean, we have a snail. It's funny because I hated snails growing up, fully had a phobia. Here, I shouldn't be touching things. This wallpaper was something that Marie and Ashley brought to me and was like, what do you think? And I was like, honestly, I have no idea. And I love it. It's so unique and warm. I mean, it fully transformed the room. This sink actually came with the house. I mean, we loved it. We call this bathroom the Flintstone bathroom because this is Flintstone energy. The Flintstone bath. So we're in my dressing room. I live alone. So I had some extra bedrooms to play with. And one thing that was kind of a dream of mine was to have sort of a dressing room where I can get my hair and makeup done. I can, accessorize my outfits. I'm kind of mortified to admit that I have this as an entire room. I'm going to be honest. It's a little bit, it's really, Emma? Yes. But see, if I live in this house when I'm older and I have a child, we're getting rid of this and we're putting a kid in here. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm thinking about the future, but for right now, it's time to be selfish. I put majority of my high heels on the top because I genuinely don't wear them ever. But if I do need to wear them, I have this. I love this thing. The thing I really wanted to do in this house too was take something boring like a stepladder and try to find one that I actually liked that could actually add to the space. So I think this thing's so cute, I leave it out. But then it's great because then I can be it's Friday night getting high heels. I love sweater vests. I mean, I especially take inspiration from people in their 60s. They're a really good source of inspiration. A cool grandpa wearing a vest with a cool shirt under it. Chic. This is an Ultra Fergola mirror. It was just on the bucket list. And I love it. I mean, it's super fun. I like, again, this is another example of taking something that normally I'd buy a boring version of, like a mirror, right? And trying to make it add to the space. So here's the vanity. I keep my makeup in here. I actually don't do my makeup here very often. I more do my nails. I love painting my own nails. Oh, I have to show you my gel kit. Wait, look at my nail drawer. This is how much I love doing my own nails to a point where I have this thing, when you're at the salon. So this is the chill hangout room. So the other living room is like, we're gonna really take care of our minds in here. And then in here, it's like, no more rules. The cool thing in this room is the drum set. And listen, before I even show you the drum set, we really need to get this out of the way. When I say I'm not very good at drums, I'm actually awful. I enjoy doing it anyway. We are in my bedroom, and I really wanted this room to just feel soothing. My favorite part of this room is these big windows that aren't too bright, but they still allow nature inside. This is my favorite bedroom I've ever had. There's a little fireplace. This fireplace didn't come with the house. We kind of built it out to look kind of more architectural. This is a highlight. It's this blanket. It has this little tiger on it. Now, at first glance, you're like, okay, it's a tiger. But then you look a little bit closer and you're like, he's a weird tiger. What it reminded me of was when Napoleon Dynamite drew a liger. And that's my favorite movie of all time. So I got that energy from this, had to have it. I also do a lot of my work in bed. I have my podcast, recording equipment, computer. Also, nobody wants to see this, but I have a lap desk thing. So I can, I lost my mind when I found this cat bed because cat accessories are so not cute at all, ever. So I did this internet deep dive to try to find cute cat stuff like scratching post, cat bed. It was super overpriced though. This was like one of the few things in this house where I'm like, that just wasn't worth the money at all. I sort of had this obsession with this color of marble, like this sort of rusty marble. And I was kind of like dreaming about it, but it also kind of felt risky because it's definitely out of my comfort zone in a way. But I really wanted to make it work in this bathroom because I really thought it would be beautiful in a bathroom. So I did it here and I love it. It kind of feels like this warm and fuzzy, relaxing mixture of everything. Like you have tile, you have marble, metals. It's kind of just a mix of everything. That's what I like. This tub actually came with the house. It kind of reminded me of a sailboat. I haven't taken a bath in here yet, but I'm excited to do that at some point. And then this reminded me of honeycomb. And honestly, it looks like yummy. Like I would eat it. Honestly, that's kind of like the good judge of like marble. You know it's good if you just wish you could eat it. Here's the bar area. I just turned 21. The cool thing about this is that this copper here wears with time and, gets rings and gets spots all over it. It kind of like has the memory of parties past. Although when I did make the first stain on this, I freaked out because I didn't realize that it was supposed to get stained and weathered. And I was like, we're gonna have to get it replaced. And then they're like, no, it's fine. Funny story about these. I ordered them, again, online. They're like from the 60s or something. I actually got a bunch of them. These ones are really weird because these ones are so tiny. I didn't realize that they were gonna be that tiny. And I was like, what is that for? So I still don't really know what that's for. I don't wanna know. Like I like to think it was like for people's cats in the 60s. Like they'd give their cat like a little vodka soda in here. It's cute. It's actually kind of relaxing to like get all the leaves. I feel like the vibe out here was very just summery and fun. Outdoor furniture, I think, can kind of lean boring sometimes. And so I just wanted to find the most exciting stuff I could find. And like this pattern is just gorgeous and I love it. I actually have people over almost every weekend in this backyard. It's the best way to party, in my opinion. During the day, you're in bed by 10 still. Find a flaw. You can't, which is why we do have a literal permanent beer pong setup It's pretty obvious that I just turned 21. Like, I'm gonna be so mad about this in like literally 2 years, and I'm gonna be like, why did I do that? I mean, but I love it. Like, it's so fun because it's always ready for whatever. You do have to. That was like major trick shot too. Wait, okay, I do need to prove. So, these corn tables. Obviously, they give me the summer feeling. Everybody's putting corn on the grill during the summer, but actually I got this as a gift and I got one of them. And I loved them so much that I bought 2 more. I also have a random pineapple one. My thing with furniture is like, have fun with it. I just choose stuff that makes me smile and giggle and chuckle and starts a conversation too. Like somebody new comes over and they're like, is that corn? Exactly. Now you're besties. So we're in the bathroom off the pool, and this bathroom was fully inspired by the feeling inside of a sailboat. Funny story though, actually, this room, when I first bought the house, was so scary that it almost made me not want to buy the house. Like, this was the room that I walked into in its initial form, and I was like, oh, this place is haunted. Got it. There was a sauna in there, which if you see, there's something scary and like rotting about it. It looked like it was just disintegrating, but we turned this room into one of my favorite bathrooms in the house. And I think it's just so beautiful and it reminds me of a sailboat. Love it. We actually brought the outdoor floor stone in here because in theory, this is sort of an indoor-outdoor bathroom when we open those doors. And so when I have people over in the backyard, everybody's kind of coming in and out of here. This sink in the literal middle of the room is the most genius yet crazy choice ever, but it's awesome. Like, you know, everybody can gather around and wash their hands together. You kidding me? My dad gave me this poster and I was so excited because it was in my house growing up. When my mom was pregnant with me, my dad and my mom watched this movie as the beginning of like their movie marathon while my mom was grumpy and pregnant. It kind of has that personal element. And so I needed it. Also, I'm reading the book right now. This is sort of the sitting room. The pool bathroom's right there. So it's just kind of like the overflow of that. And the theme of this room is very ocean, sailboat feel. Can we just talk about these? Marie and Ashley sent me a photo of these, and at first I was like, something's a little off. And then I noticed that his head is like coming out, and I was like, no, I need it. And it feels like summer on the East Coast to me. The ceiling is cork, which is cool because this is technically under the main floor of the house, and I think the cork kind of makes it feel that way. It sort of feels like you're underground, you're sort of in this den. It makes it feel more cozy and makes you feel like you're in a basement. I have to address the elephant in the room. The town that I grew up in had these everywhere. You put in 25 cents and you sit on it and it goes in a circle for like 60 seconds. Best 25 cents of your life. I never have to pay 25 cents again. The only issue is this one doesn't move. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you around. Love you, AD.
I have done a couple design moments for Chappell Roan's television appearances. They asked if I could make an apple bong, and I immediately said yes. But if I'm excited about something, I'll just say, like, I'll do it. I was actually on vacation at the time, so I actually drew out the apple on a napkin by the pool. I'm Maris Jones, and I create cinematic, nostalgic worlds in my Brooklyn studio. I just really been calling myself a world builder at this point. It encompasses all of the elements of what I do. I film, I act, I do set design, I do lighting, I build the set, I pick out my outfit, I do my makeup, I edit. I'm just doing it all and acting as a one-woman film crew at this point. Recently, I designed a set for Chappell Roan's SNL appearance. It was so exciting. This job really just reminds me of what being a creative's like. It's just having fun and exploring and expanding these different worlds.
Tour, take one, marker.
All right, so this is my living room. I really just wanted to make this space something that was a little bit cleaner and more curated than my studio because it's kind of crazy. Honestly, my studio is just down the street from my apartment, which is me making a compromise to not working in my apartment. A little pigeon monument with flamingos, of course, and this one has a little peg leg. Lost its leg, so my mom made a little peg leg for it. That's how you know your parents are artsy. She was like, oh yeah, I'll fix it. Stuck a toothpick in it. I was like, thanks, Mom. My parents are both artists. They honestly were upset if I didn't do artistic things. So I was submerged into art, like from day one. It was just my life. My dad shared with me so many things. He showed me this movie, the original Clash of the Titans from the 1980s. I was blown away by the effects. These mystical creatures were moving with animation, and I just wanted to know how to do that. My dad showed me how to do stop motion, and ever since then, I was carrying a video camera around. When I graduated college, social media was also really taking off. I was home for the summer and I just decided to start creating social media content on Vine. And I realized that there was this place to freely create and make whatever I wanted to make. And I could reach an audience and maybe get my voice out that way. This is my brand new record setup that my dad just set up. One of the reasons why me and my partner got together was we love Paul Rodgers. If you don't know who Paul Rodgers is, he's awesome. I love classic rock music. So I also simultaneously was cutting out little paper heads of musicians and animating their mouths moving up and down with paper and watercolors. I realized if I had a concept in my head, I could create the prop out of computer paper, like just drawn with a Sharpie and watercolored. It got my concept across, which I think at the end of the day, it's about just like the creativity of the concept half the time. I love New York. After I graduated, I decided to move here to be close to my sister, and I got a job at a clothing store. And within literally a few weeks of moving here though, I went viral on Vine and I got signed to an agency, my first like little boutique agency, and I was making ads for brands like pretty fast. This was actually the first thing I ever did for like syndicated television. Was I shot an Above the Influence bullying campaign, and I got a letter from Obama. So this is Henry. This is the Brooks Brothers mascot. One day I opened my front door and Henry was sitting in the hallway with a note attached to it that said my name. He's stuck with us for life, sorry. If I'm excited about something, I'll just say, like, I'll do it. I have done a couple design moments for Chappell Roan's television appearances. They asked if I could make an apple bong, and I immediately said yes. But I was actually on vacation at the time, like for the first time as an adult. And so I didn't have like any of my like equipment with me. I didn't have like my iPad that I draw on. So I actually drew out the apple on a napkin by the pool. We got it done in a very short period of time. I got a bunch of people to help me, which was so phenomenal because we needed to create a big, large, round shape. And I do not have the space to shave down that much foam. We found some fabricators to help us create the shell, and the weed nuggets are made out of insulation foam spray that I just sprayed and painted them green. And I made the lighter, and I also had to figure out the smoke effects. It was just a fun little community of people creating this. My friends and I carried it up 4 flights of stairs and built it all out. We brought it there and no rehearsal, just went out, and it was just such a surreal, crazy moment just to like help that vision come like to fruition. It was such a unique experience. It was crazy. It wasn't always like this at all. I didn't have a studio. I was shooting in my house. I was here in New York. I had 4 roommates. It was like a railroad and there was no windows, but we had like a kitchen, living room hybrid with like an empty wall. So while they're in school, like doing their work, I can just like move some furniture aside, go to the dollar store and buy those plastic tablecloths that are different colors. And I would just like pin them up on the kitchen wall, take like the table lamp, point it at wherever I was filming and make these little videos. I eventually moved again, and me and my roommate next time decided instead of having like a living room, we would just make it an art space. So then I started to have a little bit more space. As time goes on, I added more things and I could afford more props. And then all of a sudden I was in a new studio in Brooklyn. I still am evolving and growing, and it's just super cool to see how if you just stick to like what you love to do, the natural progression of it is just such a wild and cool experience. It's been about 18 months since I've moved into this apartment. I've had my own studio space separate from my living space. When I come home after a day of creating, I feel like this space is really like comforting in so many ways where I can like let go. It's also all the things that I love and make art about. This was actually a prototype for a prop guitar for a film I wrote that my dad made for me. It's very special, and I will make this movie one day. Love fun curtains. I just wanted something that was not just gonna be safe. I love to go bold. I'd already gotten this crazy credenza over here. We saw this credenza online and we just were like, we have to have it. I will admit that my parents don't love 80s furniture at all. So it's also part of me is like a little bit rebelling, being like, yeah, I'm getting this furniture and I like it. And my mom's like, it's so not cute. And I'm like, it's not yours, it's fine. So crazy credenza, partially because of parents. I love this thing. This is so silly because it barely gives off any light, but I saw this at a vintage store and I love when things are just obnoxious, and I had a marble base. I made my partner carry this all the way home, and it's heavy. It's 100 pounds. My dad's artwork is on the wall. He actually was in the same studios as I was, which is actually how I found my studio space. I kind of took over that space. When he wasn't there, I would pay the rent. When we finally lived on our own, we were like, oh, we have the space for dining room tables. We just saw this at a vintage store and the base was just so cool. Honestly, this table to me symbolizes just having the space to actually have a dining room table, if that makes sense. I love that Brooklyn is quieter. There's a little bit more space, I think, in Brooklyn. Cool art spaces and studios are in this area. It's such a natural, easy place for me to be, and I love it. I can't imagine myself ever leaving here. I've never felt so much at home. A few years ago, an editor from Random House reached out who was just a fan of my work and said, you know, I really think you could create a really great book for people. Would you want to maybe come up with something? And I immediately was just like, I think I could be just really helpful in explaining how to like kind of be your unique self. It could be a tool to help people who want to get new ideas or who are just starting out. Just remind people that like you can be uniquely you and you have all the answers already. Creating doesn't have to be like this crazy, like obscure concept that's far away. Like if you have those incredible imaginations, those ideas and those visions, you can create anything you want. Or if you want help designing your living room, I could help you just relax to be yourself, you know, and I really just want to be able to share that. This is my book. Honestly, it's so surreal for it just to be within my space, you know, a part of my design. It is like a weird, surreal meta moment. I don't think I'll ever get used to that feeling, honestly. I'm very good at not thinking about the outcome of a scenario. I went for it. Then afterwards, it's like, oh, wow, I just wrote about my experience and it's very vulnerable. But I'm like, I did it. I had a unique experience. And I hope that whatever I share with people just makes an impact in any way that they need it to. Because, you know, creating means the world to me. And I think it means the world to so many people. Hopefully I finish this photo booth today before the party tomorrow.
I've seen you do stuff like this before you get it done.
There's so many things going on for this book launch. I'm definitely down to the wire creating this photo booth. I said that it would be done on Saturday, but it's now Monday. I still definitely have like a little bit more to do. I think it's really exciting for people to just see these things in real space just because it's usually online or in photographs. So I'm working really hard to create this to make it like as magical as possible for people. And then there's like a lot of other administrative stuff that's happening simultaneously. So like promoting the book, you know, getting people excited. We'll see if I get it all done in time. I did it. I finished it. It's gonna look sick. It's gonna be really cool.
Do you have any pictures?
Yeah.
That looks incredible. Also, the backdrop behind it looks amazing too.
I think so.
They're gonna love that.
Yeah. This party is just super Studio 54 and sparkly and amazing. It's just about people all coming together in a very specific time, creating all these amazing things and just letting go and dancing. I see this as like a sweet 16 almost. This book is all of my photo work. It's really just like a big celebration of what I've ended up building so far in the last like bunch of years that I've been doing this. It's just a super exciting thing to be able to share and celebrate with all these people that I've built this community around.
Welcome to Maris Jones's book launch!
I wrote out my speech, so I've always felt a bit behind, like everyone else knew more or was into the right things, but instead of letting that hold me back, I embraced it. When you put your heart into something, you gain more than what you've ever imagined. That's the magic of creativity. Diving in, learning and growing and letting things evolve. And now today, I'm launching my new book, Unlock Your Aesthetic.
Let's get this party started!
Congratulations on your book. This is huge. I'm so thankful. And also this wig is so good. Everything takes time, and it should take time because you can't possibly know everything all at once because you haven't experienced it yet. Understand that like you have a lot more time than you even realize. Life is going to continuously be a journey of exploration. We live in a time where there's just so many endless possibilities, and all the things you create are just stepping stones to learn one more thing about yourself. Trust your instincts, trust who you are. You can only be yourself.
Ah, hey AD, what's up? It's Troye Sivan. This is my house in Melbourne. Please come inside, make yourselves at home. I have been waiting for this day for my entire life, so. Yeah, I have been living in America for the last maybe 5 or 6 years, and I have been so homesick the entire time. And then when everything got crazy in March, I came back to Australia to be with my family. And eventually I was just like, wait, what am I doing? I am so unbelievably happy here, and I just feel so at home that I wanted to put down roots. And I found this house and I was just like, done. Okay, first things first, this is like literally the most comfortable couch in the world. I feel like people are gonna get mad at me for not taking off my shoes. They advertise it as the most comfortable couch in the world, and it's accurate. It's by this company called Maker & Son. Fallen asleep here a good few nights. This coffee table we had made, it's just a really, really huge log, basically. I hope they didn't cut down just specifically for me. I should have done some research. One of my favorite art pieces in the whole house. This is my Ramesh sculpture. The artist Ramesh just is so sick and eccentric, and she also has a huge penis. These Akari lamps are my favorite. I think the goal was to have like a soup of light. You know what I mean? I didn't want like hard overhead lighting because no one looks good in that. Just finding soft light just kind of gently fills the room. And we kind of followed suit with these pendants. They're vintage, and I feel like they kind of look like alien skin or something. They sort of feel like what I imagine alien skin would feel like, and I love them. They glow at night. You guys should have come at night, in all honesty, because the house, with all the lamps and stuff, it just feels super, super cozy. This couch is vintage by Percival Lafare. It reminded me of a spaceship or something. If you come around the back, you can see there's like this white bathtub situation. I do always have a cut up apple tree in my house that wasn't just for the AD shoot. You know, just sometimes you want the branch as well, for whatever reason. This little moment, this is my reading nook or whatever. And it's super, super comfortable. So I sit here a lot, have my coffee. My wish for everyone is that your space is like the place that you think of when you meditate, by using lamps or candles or just like your favorite bed sheets. I want that for everyone because it's a really, really nice feeling to just have a place that's like yours, and you know, you can just kind of kick back and relax and enjoy your life. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna say this a lot, but I think it's my favorite part of the house. It just feels really, really chill. We've got this like awesome green stone. Look at this table thing. This is a servery. I think it's the technique is called end block, where like each of these pieces is a separate piece of wood that they stick together and then they cut it and you get this like finish or whatever. And apparently it's food safe, so like you could eat your dinner off of it, but I use plates most of the time. One of my favorite things about the kitchen is this situation. Sometimes I stand here and like serve coffees or whatever to people if they're in the garden. All the appliances are integrated, which is sick. I'm not going to show you my fridge because it's mostly just like beer and old takeout food. The materiality in the kitchen is, I think, my favorite in the house. We've got like all of this black steel, and I love the way that it shows, I don't even know, these like sort of natural markings, and then just wood, heaps and heaps and heaps of wood, because I love wood. So we did a really, really big renovation on this house. The kitchen's all totally brand new, but weirdly, there used to be a toilet here. It was still like the kitchen, kind of grossed me out. And so we got rid of it, and I'm gonna show you where we put it, because I think it's kind of sick. Let's go upstairs. Oh, come here, I wanna show you the ghost. So if you look up here, we've got two art pieces. There's a little ghost by this artist named Nell. It's hand-blown glass. I just think it's so cute. Kind of reminds me of my dog back in LA, which I unfortunately haven't seen for like a couple months now. Feels like a little bit of Nash in my house, which is nice. And this is by an artist called Sydney Ball. And there's another one outside, which I'm gonna show you soon. Come upstairs. So here we are on the landing. This is one of my favorite places in the house to come and look. It's kind of lofty and reminds me of some places that I've been to in like Williamsburg. There's so many places to sit in the house. Like you can be sitting up here, talking to someone down there with no worries, or be working at my desk. Just heaps and heaps of books. Not a lot of people know this about me, but I am very, very gay. And so just in case people don't know that, I litter gay, homoerotic books all around the house. Sorry, don't look. I got this book, Jack Pearson, one of my favorite photographers. I shot with him a couple of years ago, and it's just so, so, so sick. Oh, look at this one. I got this 2 days ago. Hotels of Pyongyang. Super, super, super interesting. Kind of like finding beauty in everything, you know? A lot of this is photography, and a lot of the photography I've realized that I'm most interested in is like documentarian style, like sort of voyeuristic, where it's not necessarily like a setup photograph or whatever. You really do feel like you're getting a peep into someone's life for just like that, you know, quick second. So this is the guest bedroom. Another huge Akari lamp, which I love. And then also the whole house opens up onto a park on this side. And so I just like the idea that if you open up this window, you get to hear the birds and stuff in the morning, and Australian birds just sound insane. So these cork ceilings were original to the house. It kind of makes the whole house feel kind of like a really cozy cave. And we did the walls in this like Venetian plaster, which is so smooth and soft. And so I feel like everything just kind of like hugs you at night. I really do mean it this time. I think this is my favorite room in the house. It's my sister's bathroom. Just like the colors and everything, it kills me, it really does. Like Flack Studio, who I worked with, did the most unbelievable job. I'm just like obsessed with all of this detailing and everything. And there's a massive skylight above my head as well, which is sick. Lets in so much natural light. Sometimes I'll just come into this bathroom, even though it's not my bathroom, just to kind of like watch how the light changes throughout the day, because it's really, really nice. This is my sister's room, Sage. Super cozy, super comfy. She's got this little balcony out here, another little Akari lamp. To be able to live with her, give her like a pretty room that she loves and that she can like make her own, has been so, so, so nice. My bedroom is upstairs, and it's the only thing that's upstairs. And I love that like I can just go up to my room and close the door, and it's like no one even knows that I'm here. Come upstairs and I'll show you my bedroom. So this is my bedroom. This is my little sanctuary. It's really, really quiet. This opens up to the park, and all of these windows open up. And then when it's like a really pretty day, I don't know, I just feel like I'm outside. It's beautiful, you get a breeze, you hear the birds, and it's just really, really peaceful. I spend a lot of time up here. I chill in this chair a lot, which I didn't actually think I did, I just liked the chair. Because I feel like if AD is gonna come to your house, you have to have a furry chair. It's like a rule or something. I actually use it all the time. I read a lot in this chair. Sometimes if I'm feeling lazy, I'll roll out of bed and then do a Zoom meeting like here. These lamps are one of my favorite things in the house. And we did these amazing like burgundy carpets, and at night they light up and there's kind of this like red glow in my room. It's like a really nice warm hug. My closet used to be here. So there was a closet here. We closed it off because I needed a bathtub. This is my bathroom. This is my bath. This is where I spend most of my time in this house. Sometimes I put like my laptop up here, watch Netflix. Yeah, it's really, really peaceful. There's just like music everywhere. And so I'll put on a nice album, have a bubble bath. This is my actual favorite part of the house. I think this is the reason why I fell in love with it in the first place. You can fold away these doors and then there's this courtyard that's just like actual heaven to me. Again, you can see like the LA, California influence, but then we've also got like a lot of Japanese stuff. This is called a swamp cypress. There's little fishies in here somewhere. I don't know if you can see them. And then we've got like native Australian, like doesn't get much more Australian than this, or like the big eucalyptus tree. It's just like paradise for me. I spend a lot of time out here watering the garden, looking after the plants. So because we took the toilet out of the kitchen, we needed another toilet downstairs. And so I was like, what if we create this like fantasy, like outdoor toilet situation? So this used to be a wine cellar and now it's this. I wanted one of those bathrooms where, you know when you go to a restaurant and people are like, oh, have you been to the toilet? You have to go to the toilet. Just kind of lent into the fantasy and lent into like a little bit of surrealism. The walls are all curved, so it's kind of like a cave. I think the color's called oxblood. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with it. It smells really good. The Sonos is tucked away. Sometimes I make it feel like a rave in here, like if it's all quiet in the house or whatever, and you come in, it's like while you're peeing. Obsessed. I think it's so dramatic and extra, and I love it. One more thing I want to show you. I'm getting my phone so that I don't this up. Basically, the history of this house was in 1874, this was a handball court. How long ago was 1874? 146 years ago. So 146 years ago, this was a handball court. And then it was turned into a brick factory. Throughout all of the multiple renovations that this place has been through, one thing remained. If you look really close, you can see two handsome men playing handball in a court. And then there's this like weird sort of spear thing on the side. And then you walk over here and it's the same bloody spear. I really love the idea that this house has had so many lives and been through kind of just so much and seen so much. I'm only 25 and this house is like 146 years old. So I'm really, really, really proud and super, super, super grateful to be able to live here and call it home. I'm super, super grateful that you guys came over because this is like a really big dream of mine. Thanks again for coming, AD. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun. But please leave now because we're about to go into another COVID lockdown and I need to get my affairs in order. Thanks for coming. Bye, stay safe. Love you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.